on appropriations. Off the floor, our appropriators continue to make good progress on the Appropriations bill. This morning, the Appropriations Committee is marking up the remaining 4 appropriation bills. It's just like the NDAA. Both sides, Democrats, Republicans, have been working really well together. This is never an easy process, but I really want to thank Chair Murray and Vice Chair Collins. They have worked together.
More than 2 million retirees. One is the windfall elimination provision, which reduced the Social Security benefits of local, state, and federal retirees who worked in Social Security covered employment. Lawmakers expect a vote on the legislation that may soon come as September. Co-sponsors of the bill have told reporters that no American should be penalized because of their public service, and they've been waiting decades for a solution to this issue, and now we're close towards fixing this problem. And the National Active and Retired Federal Employees Association has advocated for Congress to eliminate WEP and GPO from the Social Security Act for years. The SSA currently estimates its ability to pay full-out benefits will run out in 2035, at which point it will pay only about 80% of benefits owed to people that are supposed to get it.
Thank you, Mr. President. Later tonight, the Senate will vote on my amendment, number 5185 to the PACT Act. And as my colleague from New York was just saying, it is time that we deal with the issues of toxic exposure. And as a member of the VA committee, this is something that I've worked on for the last few years. Tennessee has a large population of veterans, and we have talked a good bit about this issue and how they receive their care. One of the concerns that we had discussed in committee, in our hearings, we have discussed it with our VSOs. We've discussed this issue as we have talked with veterans who have come to us and to our meetings, is their frustration with having access to the queue, but not getting access to the care. And I think that we have to look at this and say, those are very different. Now, I join our veterans.
Breaking news, there's a new update for Social Security, SSI and SSDI. An extra monthly benefit boost is going to be passed to help seniors cope with rising inflation, meaning that seniors may receive thousands of dollars extra every single year. It's been a tough year for many seniors, no doubt about that. Inflation has been surging, the stock market is falling, and a recession is looking more and more likely. According to a survey from multiple sources, nearly 90% of current retirees say that Social Security is an important source of income. So it's good to understand the upcoming changes to this program and how they can affect your retirement income. It's been a historic year for Social Security, and the changes in 2023 could be massive, folks. Lawmakers are already working together to find ways to improve Social Security. Representative Ted Dutch and Senator Mazie Hirono renewed their call for Congress to strengthen and improve the Social Security program. The SSA released its annual trustees report, which indicated that while the program remained strong in 2017, improvements should be made to ensure that full costs and benefits are payable into the foreseeable future and beyond. Representative Dutch said that the truth is Social Security doesn't add a dime to the deficit. It isn't the retirement bedrock of millions of Americans, and we should keep it that way. Now is the time for Congress, and that Congress should prepare for the future by expanding Social Security, no cuts, no retirement age increases. And last year, Representative Dutch and Senator Rono initially were introduced the Protecting Preserving Social Security Act. It would only strengthen and improve the Social Security program by restoring fairness to the bill. And now there is also another bill coming to town. It's being negotiated on in Congress. This bill aims to raise Social Security payments. It could provide senior citizens with an additional $2,400 a year. The Social Security Expansion Act was proposed by Bernie Sanders and Peter DeFazio. Now this would expand Social Security payments by $200 at most. To do so, the bill would raise Social Security taxes on Americans making over $250,000 annually. Now, according to the congressman, once the bill passed, someone who qualifies for Social Security next year could see $200 more per month in payments that they would otherwise have received. CNBC reports that the protecting Social Security is high priority for voters, and a survey by Social Security Works in Data for Progress found 64% of people are very concerned the program will run out of funding to continue paying benefits to future generations. The SA said last month that the program may only be payable to 80% of its benefits by 2035 without reform. The bill proposed by Sanders and DeFazio would raise the COLA to more accurately reflect how seniors spend their money, folks. And I definitely support this bill, and it's definitely a great idea for President Biden to do something about this.
I have a motion at the desk.
Full report.
Senator from North Dakota, Mr. Hoeven, moves to commit the bill H.R. 5376 to the Committee on
I
Finance
ask
with
that the reading be
instructions.
waived.
Without objection.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, the American people are hurting. Inflation has soared to the highest we've seen in 40 years. The Consumer Price Index is now 9.1%. Americans are seeing increased prices at everything from the grocery store to the gas pump. Gas prices are up $2.25 a gallon just since the president took office.
Financial Services Chairman Patrick McKenney has said that he was pessimistic about a debt ceiling increase, given the hardened positions. McCarthy suggested attaching a series of bills and proposals to the debt ceiling increase, including cutting domestic appropriations, getting back unspent crisis funds, and adding more work requirements to government benefit programs, and loosening regulations on the projects. The GOP has proposed cutting $130 billion from domestic agencies in fiscal 2024, and conservatives will like to see future growth of these accounts capped at 1% per year. The Department of Finance is now working on getting relief for the next round of people who may have been exempt from filing due to income level, pension, or Social Security. State officials have said, using databases, we will send out more checks between now and the middle of October. And my hope is that we may get another 50 to 100,000 additional checks using these methods. The state suggests that anyone who has not received a check to find out if theirs has been mailed and to review the current criteria for residents receiving a second round of rebates. Now, a huge monthly benefit boost, everybody, is coming to everybody for Social Security, SSI, and SSDI. So, eligible Americans may receive hundreds of dollars extra every month, and President Biden has announced that he will be making several important changes to Social Security and Medicare.
The president has a plan to address that. Securing our border is part of our security, to protect and defend our country. Let there be no doubt. I don't respond to those kind of questions. I mean, with all due respect, I'll respect your question at the end, but not to his comments, because I don't even know what he's talking about. And I don't know if he does. But the fact is...
So today, President Biden put the spotlight on Medicare and Social Security and two hot-button issues that could pack a political punch 6 weeks before the midterm elections. His remarks at the White House were delivered after the popular programs got little attention and House Republicans rolled out of the agenda that they promised to pursue. If voters give them control in November, both Medicare and Social Security face long-run financing problems. Democrats